Said I'll love you till I die. She told him you'll forget in time. But as the years went slowly by, she still preyed upon his mind. Kept some pictures on his wall. Went half crazy now and then. He still loved her through it all, hoping she'd come back in. Kept some letters by his bed, dated 1962. He had underlined in red every single I love. Went to see him just, oh, but I didn't see no tears. All dressed up, gold bright. I might see smiling again. He stopped loving her. They placed a wreath upon a stone, and soon they'll carry him away. He stopped loving her. You know, she came to see him one last time. Lord, we all wondered if she would. It kept running through my mind. This time, it's over her for good. He stopped loving her. They placed a wreath on a stone, and soon they'll carry him away. He stopped loving her.
The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
hands in the sky. Calm down to pegs and pen, don't be shy. We got tunes that'll move ya, make you sing and sway. It's a live music heaven every Saturday. All pegs and pen, where the light shine bright. Live music and karaoke every Saturday night. Grab the mic, sing your heart out, let your soul take flight. Peg and pen, where dreams ignite. We got blues and jazz and a rock and roll beat. Folks tapping their toes, can't stay in their seats. From old school classics to the new groove sound, Peg and Pen is the place where good times are found. Don't matter if you're a star or just a dreaming soul, at Pegs and Pen, you're the king of the whole. Grab your friends, grab a drink, come and join the scene. It's the best show in town if you know what I mean. All pegs and pen, where the light shine bright. Live music and karaoke every Saturday night. Grab a mic, sing your heart out, let your soul take flight. Peg and pen, where dreams ignite. Where dreams ignite.
Wow, what an opener. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 16th edition of the Community Pulse. And as you all know, I'm all tangled here. As you all know, this week's featured co-host is Metalhead Hippie. And our featured artist for tonight is Nikki Tedesco. And I'm so pumped to meet her and to get to know her a little more. And I'm sure most of you are. This is going to be a dynamite show. Thank you, Dwight Carr. Many of you may not know Dwight Carr. How you doing, buddy? I see you in there. Is also East Virginia Studios. He has 2 different channels, and I heard that song. As every other week, there's always 3 or 4 really cool tracks that I want to open the show with, and that one happened to really move me. It's a great cover by George Jones, and well done, brother. And the featured channel tonight is Pegs and Pen Karaoke. Last week I had a comment in the chat. I noticed a couple comments. What about us karaoke artists? Yes, you are artists, and you all have amazing vocals, and I truly respect what you do for all of the other channels, that you're always there in full support. So I decided to make Pegs and Pen the featured channel tonight. And with all the followers, to those of you who haven't stopped by, hello, Sandy Kirk. There's another great singer. I've got Mrs. High's channel link posted, I think tagged at the top, and Pendar's as well. Thank you both for introducing us to another great community. And I see most of you are always at the Metalhead Hippie show, and I truly appreciate that. And I thought it'd be appropriate to have you in here today. So thanks again. The mods, hopefully we can keep shouting out their channel here and there. And that's it. It was Father's Day weekend, as you all know, and me being a grandpa for the first time, I spent some time with my grandson and my son-in-law, my son, and so I've been really busy. I'm behind on some of these shout-outs, and I'm looking at some people in the chat, and I realized, damn, I forgot them. But I'll do the best I can. I will start off with just a couple shout-outs, and then we're going to bring on Metalhead Hippie. He's making himself a coffee, so I'm just keeping an eye on the bottom screen, but I can see him in the chat. Bo Star, how are you? So this past week's premieres, Rhodey's Jam Cave topped the list for me. He did a cover. They did a cover of The Seeker. Great job. Vintage Tone, Remembering Gary Moore, Dr. Fausto, 20 video number 2075 is really great, epic music. You'll love it. Please go see his channel. Great Vanzini, Buddy Holly with Lori's Mishmash. Lori's all over this this week's premieres. She's had quite a few. Hardworking artist. True Love Ways. Robbie Stingle has a cool cover out there. Original, sorry, This Old Cow Hand. Karen Baldwin, 20th June piano concert. Rose Ackerman, another beautiful song we are treated to. Northwest of Eden. Jim A. Bear, Backstreet, Bygone, Bye Bye. Brian Drums, drumming to Metallica. Andriana Amacucci, my Italian from Italy. Absolutely adore this lady, a great artist. She's had a few, but this one's called Cycle. Detective Agent Darknut, Mark Trail, another brilliant artist. Emmanuel Ferro, guitarist, put out another great track. David Cartret, Obsidian Now, In the End. Lori's Mishmash, along with PJ Colby, JDL, Hugh Caldwell, and Rock Forever drums. We've got all four of those links that we're posting. They did a cover of Big Country, titled Big Country, and great job, Lori and friends. Emery Island did a cover of Keith Urban. Lemmy White, a brilliant guitarist. Squire Mustang Bullet. Deed 1951, Shooting Dream Violin. Please go check out some of these channels and offer up some support. I guarantee you they'll be right back at your channel. Charlie Tom Stone, Across the Galaxies. Nora's guitar channel did he likes to put out lyrics and guitar chords for anybody wanting to learn your basics of guitars. Is great stuff. Billie Eilish cover. Choey G, another brilliant guitarist. Fat Blues Rock, and our friend Bo Stars. Probably, I love everything Bo Star does. Just a brilliant artist. Bright Side of Life, great track. And my buddy Sam, Toothpick Vic, Circle Jerks. Something about that title. But I'm going to shout out a couple more. Adam Holtz put out video number 670, and I think he's at 671 now. Great track. Take a Short Break, Dancing in the Darkness. That's a lot of EDM and high energy stuff. Stanislav, 18-2000, another space adventure. Jenny Daniels cover, Ain't Wasting Good Whiskey on You, a really nice song. Jornea Medved put out a real nice track herself. Pal, P-A-L, Nothing to Do. And then Midnight Bandit, Roll Like Droideka. I hope I said that right. But that's enough for now for shoutouts. Let's bring on the man of the hour, Metalhead Hippie. I've got a little treat here, so I'm going to bring it up on the screen, and then we'll bring him on. Who doesn't like that opening? And let's bring on Jeff here.
Rock on. What's up, Frank?
What's
How you
going
doing,
on,
bro?
brother?
You,
Everything's
man.
okay here, man.
Right on.
Yeah.
You is what's going on, man. Thanks for letting people know who's who, what's what, what's going on, when's this going on, is it all that stuff, man, with the Community Pulse, man. Congratulations on the new show. It's rocking. You got a lot of good people over there in the chat paying attention to what you're doing and what you're putting out, and that's great, man. You're doing a good community service, and I appreciate that, man. And thanks for shouting out the Middle of Hippie channel on your show, man. It's awesome, man. Keep it
Okay.
up.
Now you're gonna make me cry, and then I can't run the fucking show.
Yeah, well, we're two blubbering 60-year-old idiots. Look at these guys.
That's right.
What happened to Gen X, man? Where the hell they go? Bunch of wusses.
Watching us. Yeah. No, I'm so glad
yeah.
you're on the show, Jeff.
Glad to be here, man.
It's a no-brainer to shout you out. I do this What's Up Friday nights. Every week I run that little stream.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's cool.
Yeah, man. I'm going to tell you, man, your show means everything to me. Obviously, you know there's a couple other ones, but you're the artist on the channel I'm talking about tonight.
Right.
It's incredible how much you've done for me. Especially you went above and you got me to, you hosted my album release, and
Right.
I couldn't believe you said yes. It was Gary's idea, and I'm blessed. And this show is all about gratitude.
Right on.
Lord Spike, how are you? This show's all about gratitude, and all the people I met in your community and a few others. And Jeff, what you do for artists like me, I can't, like, words can't even describe it. And I'm a
You made
songwriter.
me slobber.
No, I'm serious, bro. I know sometimes you feel like you have to explain where the
Yeah.
support's going, and I wish you wouldn't, because there is no need for explaining.
Yeah.
The featured artist we have coming up tonight is one big example of how big your heart is, and how
Right.
you don't even have to put our money towards it, but you do.
Yeah.
What we give you on a monthly basis, the very little, um,
Yeah.
is still not enough for all the work you do. And I can tell you now that I have this little show, that how much work goes into it. So I can
Yeah.
imagine what you go through. You've got 3 of them running, plus
Yeah.
you're a family guy. So I got it off my
Yeah.
chest. I love you, is what I'm
Right on,
saying.
bro.
And
Yeah, I
many
appreciate
people out there do as well.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. When it all started, it was all for me. It was all about the little guy. I really got tired of you guys not being heard, because I was new to music myself, learning guitar and all that stuff. And I was like, how do I get into this music scene? How do I learn guitar? How do I stay connected to people that I want to be around? And I was a little guy at the time. I started my show, the Hippies Musicians Montage, with 151 subscribers, and it's 4,000 ain't nothing to really brag about, but it's there, and it's because of the support of the community that I do. But yeah, I had no idea that it would get to where it got to from 4 years ago. You know what I mean? So just I got tired of the little guy getting overlooked, and decided to try to build a show for the little guy to get their music heard, just sort of like what you're doing here, is announcing all these little guys and getting them out there, giving them shout outs to get their music out there and get it heard by more folks. That's what it's all about. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, what I do, Jeff, is nothing near what you do. I mean, all I'm doing is just trying to keep everybody together and keep everybody aware of what's going on. Like, I'm looking
Yeah.
at 3 or 4 drummers right now that have been following me for the last 2.5 years. Brian Drums, Take Two,
Mm-hmm.
Jim Drummer for Life. I'd love to see him more on your channel, and they're great
Come on
musicians.
over.
Yeah. And really, that's all I'm doing, is just trying to bring people together, because a lot of people from my community, as you know, I've been asking them and we get the odd one, not many. I get more supporters from you playing my songs on yours, but there's
Yeah.
there's so many that we have that we can not share amongst each other because we're not a commodity, but more like,
Yeah,
hey,
right.
come over here, check out this. You're going to meet more people, and that's it. We all have
Yeah.
one thing in common.
Yeah.
That's music, you know?
Exactly, man. I always encourage people to get their music heard any way they can, wherever they can, by whoever they can. As long as the person that's sharing the music is putting their music first, that's cool, man. Right on. I don't have an ego in the game to be worried about it. If you want to play your music here, appreciate it. That's cool. Love to get you out there and get you heard. Any other places you can get your music heard, or go play music, or do whatever it is you do that helps you enjoy music and continue to make music on a regular basis, man, and keeps you connected to the music community, I'm all for it, man. I want you guys to go out and do your thing, man. Make your music, because I do the same thing. I go to channels outside the community where I feel I can learn some things about the things I want to know about music, as far as like grunge and fuzz pedals and all this other stuff, because I'm into the sludgy, doomy kind of music and stuff like that. So I gravitate towards a lot of those channels. Like I said, I'm primarily a metalhead, but I'm also live kind of a hippie lifestyle. So I can go from Black Sabbath to Arlo Guthrie and the next song. Oh yeah, Arlo, cool. I could switch it that quick, man. So it's not. A lot of people, I hear every once in a while, people go, metalhead, I'm not into metal. They just don't know until they come over and figure it out. And it's just a name I came up with myself, just like everybody else has a name. Your mama named you Frank Turzo. You know what I mean? So that's what you go by. But on YouTube, we all have these alter egos and personas and stuff we go by. But yeah, I'm a metalhead, but I can also listen to folk and blues and Coco Taylor and all that other stuff. So I'm everywhere across the board, man. I'm not prejudiced against any music, man, or any artist that comes over to my show. You can be a noob if you want to be, but do the best you can as a noob. Submit a track and we'll get it on the show. It doesn't really matter. You could sit on your bed and wail on your guitar. You can get it on the show. All you have to do is submit it. Don't be bashful about the people that are maybe better than you, or have been doing it longer, practicing longer, however you want to say. Oh, we're all where we're supposed to be. There are better guitar players than me, I'll admit that, and I want to learn from those folks, right on. But I have no problem showing people where I'm at, and if anything that they can teach me to help me improve my guitar playing, I'm all down for that. And I think anybody should do that, man. To think anybody's at the pinnacle of their profession and stuff like that, and that they have nothing left to learn, I probably don't want to know you. Your ego's riding too high for me, man. If you can't teach me nothing, or you're too big to teach me something, or to come down and show me where you came from to get to where you're at, you're probably a person I don't need to know. You know what I mean? Your just ego's riding too high for me, man. So I probably won't want to learn from you. You know what I'm saying? So I want to learn from people that have enthusiasm about teaching guitar, showing guitar, and showing people how it's all done. Right on. I don't care about your egos, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, Jeff, what do you think? We bring on our artist?
Most definitely, man. This show, I know how you usually do it, where somebody like me would know how to play guitar and come on and do their thing and play their music, but I'm not a musician, man. I'm just a tinkerer of tunes and tones. But this young lady down here, ride the bass, man. This is Nikki Tedesco's merch. Go over and get it. Shamelessly plugging her. Right on.
Yeah. And to all my mods, you all have the links, so let's get them out there.
Throw
Please,
them out there for Nikki.
if anybody is considering, I know my mods will post my link every so often, but not many times. If you're considering any kind of support, please push it forward to Nikki Tedesco. All the links are available. The show is not about Frank Turzo music. My music does its own thing. This is about the community and the artists that I feature, and I sincerely mean this. So please feel free to support these artists that are coming on the show. I did something a little special here for Nikki before we bring her on. Are we good to go, Mr. Metalhead Hippie?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Do your thing, bro. I'm along for the ride.
All right. Hey, let's
Hey,
let's bring on Nikki Tedesco.
that was fucking awesome, Frank. Right
Thank
on.
you. Thank you.
Uh,
Look who it
Aloha.
is.
Aloha.
hey,
Aloha.
Yeah.
Aloha.
How are you, Nikki?
So good. And after that introduction, I mean, after the preface to the introduction where you guys were talking about what motivates you to do these shows is so touching. It's like the exact reason, well, one of the reasons that I didn't love living in Los Angeles. I mean, there's so many things to love about it, but the music scene out there is like the opposite of what you guys are saying. It's never anybody that's doing it for the community or doing it to promote other musicians or not in it to make money or not in it for your own promotional values. And it's just so refreshing to meet you guys here on the internet. I mean, I've known you Hippie for a few years now. And
Yeah.
Frank, I just met you, and there's a lot of
I don't
people
know
in
if
your
that's a good thing or a bad thing.
good thing. It's,
Oh,
it's
right
only
on.
bad because I didn't meet you earlier. That's the only
Yeah.
reason.
Right on.
But I mean, I'm just so happy to know you guys because it's so refreshing to see this other side of a community and just where community building is important versus like what can I get out of this situation, which is what just
Yeah.
is such a turn off for me. And there's a lot of that in the music area.
Yeah, it's all cutthroat stuff, man. It's a
And
shame,
there's
but
a lot of
yeah.
that in people, period. Right?
Yeah, yeah,
And yeah.
Don't be a dick.
But there
I
you go.
know,
I was waiting for that.
Don't be a dick, man.
and I love your shirt, by the way, Hippie.
Yeah, right.
And
Yeah,
guys who
this
have
is a classic shirt.
I know, I love it. It's one of a kind. I think there's like one left, and it's probably in like extra small, so nobody wants it.
Right on.
And I just want to say hi to everybody out there in the community, like everybody in the chat. I haven't been able to. I'm kind of keeping up with the chat. I'm trying doing my best, but hi everybody.
Hey. Right
Yeah,
on.
you
Look,
got
I still have this whole
a lot
taco.
of these.
I have this whole taco emote that's when somebody subscribes to my channel. Hey, thank you for subscribing to my channel. Appreciate that.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, Nikki, I know YouTube kind of screwed you over in many, many ways, and it's getting worse by the day, actually. So, what happened to you, and why did you go to actually Twitch? Because that's where most people can find you now, is on Twitch whenever you're live over there. And you do post to YouTube periodically, but you don't do much live as far as playing your music there anymore. Why did you cut from YouTube and go to Twitch?
So It's not really that YouTube was doing me wrong. It was really just that there's no, I mean, they are faithful to their ad revenue. So they're faithful to the companies that are putting the ads. They're not faithful to the creators. Whereas Twitch is the opposite. It's faithful to the creators. So
Mhm.
their entire way that they've set up their structure is that they want to do things that are helpful for the creator, and then the ads are like a afterthought, you know, and the ads, the money goes to the creator. So it's just a completely different structure. Whereas YouTube is
Mhm.
like, it's sort of like, you guys are lucky to be on YouTube. Hey, thanks for the follow. You guys are lucky to be on YouTube. You know, if you get big enough, we'll let you you know, run ads. And then we're only going to run ads that we think are appropriate. And if you do this, if you don't do that, they're just more
Yeah.
ad minded. And so what would happen was I would get copyright strikes from all of my live streams, which is fine. That's fine. And then they
From
would
for your own music, right?
well, there was that situation, but I was able to, that was a whole nother thing. Which
Yeah.
I'll tell you about in a minute. But what happened once was that somebody had done a strike on my channel. And I'm trying to say this, I don't want to like throw anyone under the bus, but I had written a song for someone. I guess I'm doing it. Well, we're doing it. We're going there. I had written a song for someone. And they did a strike on my channel and they like shut my channel down. And so it's not, I don't have a problem that they did that. That's a whole different situation. But my problem is how YouTube handled it. When I was able to provide all the documentation to YouTube, which was nearly impossible because they don't really have a
Yeah.
venue for creators to call them or email them or open a ticket. It's like impossible to get to them. Once you do, and then you go to prove, oh, I have the documentation. I don't know what happens in the black hole of proof of documentation in YouTube, but
Uh,
hey, thanks for the follow. It's sort of like, yeah, we looked at it. Don't look right. I don't know. Like, I don't know who's looking at that and who's not looking at that and pretending they looked at it. So I couldn't get the strike off my channel. I had to wait for it to expire. And even though I had the proof that I
is it
could
like a
use it,
30-day or 90-day thing?
yeah. And then, but luckily I had another channel, so I just went live on that channel. But now on
Right.
Twitch, on the other hand, if you get a copyright strike on there and you go, oh no, look, I have proof this is my song, within a day they get back to you. They're like, oh, okay, thank you for the proof. We've lifted the strike. They're just
Right.
they're just better for the creator. But now, since I've been away from YouTube, I've gone back and looked at what YouTube is doing now. They have copied Twitch. They have memberships, which is like Twitch has the subscription. They
Right.
have emotes, which Twitch had the emotes, which is all the stuff that I loved about it. And so they have now set up a structure where live streamers can benefit from revenue instead of just going live, putting all your energy, like you said, Frank, into a big show, and then at the end of the day, the only thing you get in your email is 50 copyright strikes or 27. I would usually get like
Right.
27 copyright strikes. And versus like Twitch, they're just like, we're gonna have to mute this song because there's a copyright on it. And so you just don't save them on Twitch. They don't save. So it's only a
Yeah.
live platform. It's just a completely different setup. It's wonderful, but now that YouTube is kind of gotten with the program of live streaming, they do have a lot of options. I've turned on the membership and I've created a bunch of emotes. And so I'm thinking of going back and doing live stuff there. And I'll just deal with the copyright strikes in my mailbox at the end of the night and
Yeah.
delete them
So,
as I usually do.
so what does those copyright strikes come from? Are they because you're doing covers or
Yeah.
like certain cover? Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah. So on
It
Twitch, you
depends where.
just don't save the video. You just go
right.
live and
Yeah.
it's over. It's there when it's there. Once it's over, it's gone. So
It
it's a
also
non.
depends too, right, about where you park your music, what entity you use. Like I know CD Baby is notorious for going after and shutting down videos, globals, giving people global shutdowns, killing the videos, all that stuff. And then Spotify may nail you. Wherever you park your music or play your music at, all the more places you park it, the more places have to attack your site when you play it, right? Or your
I
channel
don't know.
whenever you
I'm
play.
really not an expert, and I have my music out on so many different platforms. Like I've used
Yeah.
DistroKid, I've used CD Baby, and
And
Really, I don't focus so much on the copyright strike situation with them or how they're
Yeah.
going to handle that for other people or me. It's just it's did I want to put out a physical CD? I put it on CD Baby because they have a connection with disc makers. And
Right on.
if I just want to do digital singles, then I use DistroKid. And DistroKid is newer; it's easier. They're just less stringent about like their rules about images, and so yeah, it just depends on what I'm trying to do. So I'm not really worried about that so much, which makes me not an expert to answer those questions. I really don't know.
Yeah.
Hey Tony, thanks for the follow.
Yeah.
and
Okay, well, screw YouTube, man. Go ahead, Frank. Let's get back to Nikki and what she actually really does, man. Instead of what YouTube did to her. Sorry
Yeah.
for bringing that
Yeah.
up, man.
and
But yeah.
that's the whole
Oh,
thing
so the
because
moral of the story is I might be live on YouTube again.
that's fantastic. That's what I got of it. Beautiful.
Yeah, because you guys are here. So I'm like,
And a lot of us don't have, like, honestly, I'm too old and tired to learn new things. So I'm just starting to learn, as some of the people in the chat here, just starting to learn Discord. And every time I want to start to learn something, next thing you know, I've got Instagram threads. And I'm going, fuck, I quit. That's it. I'm done. I'm done, man. It's like, how am I going to keep up? And then I get everybody saying, you never reply. It's like, I don't know which one to go to, to check. So
yeah.
I'm
Jen
glad
tried to
you're
get me
on-
on Threads, and I was like, I'm sorry, but I've hit a threshold with social media. I can't do another one.
I
But
saw all
it's
your
fun.
links and I sent them all to Lori so she can post them. And holy crow, that's a lot of social media links and then stuff that you do because you've got to follow up with them, right?
Well, if anybody knows, because there used to be something called Owl Suite, and it was where you could post one thing and you could say, here's all my logins for all my socials posted everywhere. And you could schedule it. And I think like I started charging and I was all, I'm out of here. But if anybody knows of one now that maybe is newer, that was a couple years ago, that where you can just post one thing, you can schedule it and it'll post in a bunch of places. Let me know because that is a quandary now where it's a full-time job just trying to make your content and then post it everywhere.
What's the best way to connect with Nikki Tedesco right now?
You must get in a deep meditation. Through the ether. My brain waves.
Right. Rub some crystals together and spin around 50 times. And,
Yeah. I would say whatever is your choice, whatever. I'm everywhere, so whatever's your chosen platform, just go there. I'm everywhere, except I am not on. I'm on X, Twitter, but I'm not active. So it's like Instagram or YouTube or Twitch or Apple Music, Spotify, like whatever you use for music. It's really always music based, little music clips, song clips, bass clips. It's always music centric.
I don't log into Twitch much because you slow down or something happened here and there.
I know, I don't log in either.
I was like, I miss not having that to do, to be honest with you. So it's like,
I love
Nikki.
the live stream.
Nikki,
It's just that,
come back.
so I want to tell everybody I miss the live streams and I love them. And as you said, Frank, it's a lot of work. And I would stream for 5 hours, and it was like all week I was like planning for it, gearing up to it, and then the show would happen. And as soon as the show's over, now I start gearing up and planning for the
right
next
away the next day.
Yeah. And it's not that I got burned out. It's that I said, I need to reprioritize my life because I moved to Hawaii, and I was
You're
building
not jumping back and forth anymore?
I was going back and forth a lot, and now
Did you give up LA or no? Did you give up your LA apartment or what? Does Jen got that now or what?
no, I'm renting it out.
Oh yeah, sublet. All right, cool deal.
Yeah. And so I'm like keeping it. I don't want to let it go. It's so wonderful. I put so much work into it.
It's West Hollywood.
You keep it.
It's West Hollywood, right? I mean, you got to.
in
That's like the
Central Hollywood.
it play. Central. Oh,
It's in the Hollywood Hills, baby.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
So
All right. I'm gonna shout out a couple channels, yeah, and to some of these community members and what they've been up to this past week. Chris Durham Music Channel, Sonic Grace put out a really cool one time. It's called At Rehearsal. Tack Full House, another great guitarist, 5150. Ernest Vingerhoitz. Drummer Jim for Life, Caitlin Compositions, Johanna Lynn put out another brilliant track, Colorful Energy, the community sweetheart. She's an amazing individual. No Cover Charge put out a cover, they're an original Evil Eye Jim. Around the World Piano Compositions and Places, really nice piano tune. Cubic Lover, 1972, Walking on Clouds, number 7. Abe the Band, Pink Fluffy Clouds. If you notice this week, I picked a little bit more of the metal side for Jeff. Rainfield Music, Horsewood No Name, brilliant job there. Ray Pierce, EDM Madness. JDL, which John David Lee's amazing. He put out a nice full cover band of Static X titled Soul. Sorry. Dwight Bailey. I'm not going to say the G word, but way to go, Dwight. Everybody's beating up on Dwight. Michael Thompson put out a track called Nothing. Turtle Drum, the name I used to go by, another original John Schur, and I think he's got like 2 or 3 out I just saw today. Please go check his channel out. Shake Your Guitar Tutorials, Jack Prebeck Music, Gary Schaefer, The Picking Pilot put out Maple Street, another original killer track. And then Clayton Von Kluge put out a track called Broken. I'm going to read just a couple more from this. Independent Many United is a singer. She put out a cover with Lady Campion with the song titled Killing Me Softly. Fantastic job. No Lake, Misty Coat. Sylvia Blasser, we heard it on Metalhead Hippie's channel. Is just that was the collab she did with No Lake. It's a brilliant song. Mark Wade and Francis DiMarzio. I'll put we've got both links out there. If I Had a Little More Time, it's a great track. Leni Perez, When You Loved Me, Richard Marx cover. Caviar Kubrick, Tanashi and Doja Cat Type Beat. I hope I didn't destroy that too much. Lady Campion put out a cover of Night Call. And Zeo Fender put out a cover of Beat. And I'm going to stop there because I hate listening to myself talk.
wow, you guys have been.
Hey, we've got sound effects.
Seriously, all that? I was like, and wow, people have been busy. Good for you guys making it happen, working it, work.
Right on.
Yeah, and I just found out today Synthworks is Canadian. Sorry, maybe I was just thinking out loud just now.
Wow, we were talking about that the other day. It's like there's so many Canadians on the YouTube stream.
Yeah. And so then I found out. So you solidified an idea that I had, and I will say, because on the Community Pulse, July 1st falls on Canada Day. And so I want to have an all Canadian, like 3 songs from each artist, and DJ and folk punk are working on it now. And and that's, you solidified that idea when we were talking about all the Canadian artists and how many you knew, and I'm thinking, so yeah, Gary Hubb's is in the house.
Yeah, some of the best guitar players and musicians, bar none, are from Canada that are on my show that share their music over there. You guys are phenomenal, man. Mr. Rock, you, Hubs, Hetriani, 15th Bend, all you guys, Francis. There's quite a few other folks. I'm sure I'm missing a few other folks, man. But yeah, Canadians rock, man. You guys are up there. Right on.
Yeah.
So many vibes asked about what bass I play, and I was like, well, why don't I just plug it in?
Yeah. Well, where's your new one, man? What, you still thumping on the purple one or the black one, the blackish purple one?
I've got my beautiful blue one.
I love that.
Yeah, so this is a quilted maple blue. I forget.
And you're primarily a Spectre player, right?
Yeah, and I do, though, play on my Fender a lot. And for the new album, I find myself pulling it out a lot because the Spectre is super particular. Check it out. It's you might not be able to tell right now, but it takes a lot of it sits really in the mid-range area, which I love because I classically like to be in a trio, so that you can
You need to be heard, right?
What's that?
You need to be heard. Drums and stuff.
It makes it easier for the bass to really play a more integral part. And a lot of the bands that I super love because the bass pops is like Muse and Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath is basically they're kind of a trio. Instrumentally, and so I like being in a trio and only having one guitarist and then me on vocals and bass and then a drummer. I mean, obviously that's the trio scenario that I like to have, and the bass really pops. And so for that situation, sitting in the mid range, it's not it really pops a lot and it's important. But the new album that I'm working on, and this is what I was saying before, is that so when I moved here and built a studio here and then trying to focus on my album. So that was why I had to take a break from live streaming because that was so much work. So I'm really focusing on doing the new album, writing a bunch of songs. And now I'm messing around with a lot of different, like I'm not trying to sound like I always sounded because I don't have to, because I don't have to answer to any particular record company. And so I can do whatever I want, as long as it sounds good to me. That's the template that I use. As long as I like it and I want to listen to it, then that's what I decide that it's good. And so
go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
So I've been creating like these blankets of sound with like keyboard stuff and synths. And so I found that the Spectre tone is too much in the mids for some of the songs that I'm doing. So now I'm using my Fender a lot on these songs, which is just like a more beefy, full whole sound rather than the Spectre being like, I'm in the mids and I'm jumping out in the mix. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, what were you going to say, Hippie?
No, well, you got this new album coming out. You say it's going to be a little bit different flavor from everything else. Can you give the folks a rundown of things, other venues that you were involved in? I know you were saying that Frantic Ginger had some stuff to do with your label not wanting you to do this or do that or something. I remember something like that. But
well,
let these people know what your catalog is, where you've been. Yeah. Yeah. Let them know.
Well, let them know.
Or else.
I put out my first album under my own label. And then I thought, I don't want to be like a singer-songwriter with just my name. So I'm going to make a band. Even though it's the same situation. It's just me. So then I called it Frantic Ginger. And so that's my second album. And then I was like, this isn't really working. It's not really gaining traction because I was gaining traction on YouTube and in other venues of just being like a bassist. Being like a YouTube bassist, and I was just kind of making a name for myself as a bass player with my name, not with Frantic Ginger, not with my band, and not really with my music. So I just thought, okay, now I need to really leverage what's working, which is just me as Nikki Tedesco. So then my third album is Nikki Tedesco. So really, I've done 3 albums. Just one of them is under a band called Frantic Ginger, but it's still me. So this latest album is still. It's under Nikki Tedesco. I don't have a record company. I am my own record company. That's why I'm busy because I do everything, all the promo. I should hire people. to do stuff because
Yeah.
it's exhausting. I mean, it's not exhausting; it's just a lot of work. And I don't know what I'm doing in a lot of things. Like I don't know, I'm not a marketing expert. You know what I mean? And so this new album is it's more. It's like the last album was like pop rock punk, like pop alt rock punk, I would say. Like punk is the least amount. It's sort of like Riot Girl style punk, like a 90s punk style. I can't seem to get my brain out of it. But the new album, I got a keyboard. So I was like, I want to try getting inspired from other sounds and just expanding the types of atmospheric in you know atmospheres that I can make, and then put layer the song on there. So it's very goth. I am going deep goth punk,
Right
like
on.
deep goth punk, and that's what all the songs are ending up being, except a couple of them are just pop. Like I mean, pop rock, very depressing pop rock though. I call them wrist slitters.
So why don't we
I mean,
play?
they're disturbing. It's disturbing lyrical content. Watch out.
This is what we had to look forward to.
You have to
You're scaring us, man.
count your blessings now. Count your days.
I know.
You can hold this album. It's gonna take you.
No, it's gonna be good. Do you have anything that's ready for release, or anything that's already in the can, or what?
No, I have one song that's almost done because I finally found a producer. I hired a producer. I hired
In
a
other words, I'm
guitarist.
saying I want to be the first person to play your song. So chop chop, chick. Let's get this shit done so we can get it on the Hippie show.
Yeah,
I want to
actually,
be, or I better be, Jeff. What are you saying?
Don't hold me to the wall, Frank. I'm just freestyling over here.
EJ
trying to get
has
me
a
in trouble.
question that I don't think I can answer. Qualified to answer. But so I do have a song. It's almost ready. It's my favorite song from the album, and I'm getting it mixed. So I'm finishing the vocals right after this today, getting it mixed, and then I'll send it to you. It's so good.
There you go. There you go.
Right
Ask and you shall receive.
I'll send it
That's
to you
awesome.
first.
Right on. Awesome.
All right, this next song, the first song that
I feel special. I feel special.
we here you go. He's gonna be dancing on clouds in between these songs.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
That's
can I
awesome.
gush over Metalhead Hippie just a little bit more, you guys?
Yep.
If you guys don't know, when I heard, I think I was doing a stream or something, or it was the bass channel. I think it was the bass channel. We were doing I forget what it's called, but it's when you like have the first view of the video and everyone's waiting for it, and you were in the chat, and I saw your name, Metalhead Hippie, and I was like, my people. My people. And I loved you from that minute on. And then when I met you, I was like, I mean, we have so much in common. Everybody knows, right? We have like the same favorite bands. We have a lot of other personal
Black
kind of
Sabbath Ministry, right on.
yes. And
Yeah,
I adore you, Hippie, and I adore your chill vibes. Because
right on.
y'all know I am not chill.
I can make you tankerous, you know that, man. Like you can get under my fingernail, I'll be like, you son of a bitch.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You don't.
You know.
It doesn't take a lot to get under my fingernail.
Yeah. I'm like,
I'm just like I see someone thinking, and I'm like, pew, 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 pew.
yeah. No mercy, man. No
Don't
mercy.
think in my direction.
Love, peace, and hippie grease, right on.
So this first song that we're gonna play, Nikki, it's "Sick as Freak." You want to tell us a little bit about it before we hit the play?
That was the first single off my first album, and I didn't send you the album covers. Well, I'll grab them during the song because we've got the video,
Sure.
right? Okay.
Yep.
Right on.
It's the
You
first
just
single
don't
off
know
my
how.
off my first album, but I have a story to tell you guys. I love
And
it.
this one is before we continue, so the mods can start to. Is this available on BANDCAMP?
Yes, this is available
Beautiful.
like everywhere on Amazon. On
Oh, beautiful.
A lot of your merch can be found on your Bandcamp page too, right?
Yeah, everything's on Bandcamp. Everything's on Apple Music, Spotify, wherever your favorite streaming is. You can get it there, and you can buy the physical CDs on CD Baby and Amazon, and probably somewhere on eBay. They're like, "Oh, I'll sell this for $50,"
Right on.
and they're
She's famous.
like auctions. They're auctioning it off. I'm kidding. No one's selling it off. But I want to tell you guys a story about the song. It's really important. Okay, so I was having envy. I was with my last producer guitarist, and I was looking at this other girl online that had released an album, and I was like, I want to release an album. I mean, who can relate to this, right? I want to release an album. I'm a songwriter too. Like, I was just whining, right? Just feeling bad for myself and not taking any action, just sitting there and having envy. Like, it was dark and it was dumb also. But I know we've all been there. I do that all the time still. And my producer said, well, just write a song. And I'm like, yeah, I gotta write a song. And then he's like, no, let's write a song right now. Get your bass. Let's write a song right now. And I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, let's do it. And I'm kind of terrified because I still was embarrassed at that time to kind of have someone witness me songwriting, like have someone witness me try to be creative and do something outside the box, like terrified me. And so he said, well, like what kind of bass line do you love? And I was really into Muse at that time. So, and I was really into, and now I think about it, I can kind of hear it. Really into that song, Hysteria by Muse. It's like, you know, not exactly, but sort of. So the bass line is kind of like a lot of notes, with like a lot of open string type stuff, and it sounds like a lot's going on. And I loved that, and the bass was the central focus of the song. And so I just sat down and started like jamming on this riff, and then he's like, okay, let's go record that. So we record that riff, and then he starts laying down guitar, and then I started writing some vocals. So my point is, the reason I wanted to tell you guys this story is because I know this is going to sound cheesy and probably really obvious, but just do it. Like, just do it. If there's something you want to do, just do it. What can possibly go wrong? It's not great.
People are looking at the outcome. Yeah, they're looking at the outcome before they even sit down and do the thing. Well, this is what I want it to be, but you haven't even started it.
Yeah, and if you don't do it, you guarantee the fail. But if you do it, now you have a chance that maybe it won't be a fail. So just do it, you guys. Write your songs. Like, I'm such an advocate of trying to get people to write your songs because, as you know, as I always say, we can't listen to Iron Man for the rest of our lives, even though.
Nikki, do you know what all three of us have in common? Just take a shot.
We know already. We're already talking about it.
Right
friends and wolves.
Yeah, right on. 30 years, July 3rd, man. Holy shit.
I know. Congratulations. And 10 years, May 31st.
Right on.
So we got 10, 20, 30.
Right on.
That's pretty cool. The numbers in tens. Look at that.
Right on. Good deal,
Sick
man.
as freak. Let's play it.
Rock on. boom to the boom. Right on.
Right?
Good stuff, Nick.
I want you all to do exactly what Dragon Orb Music has done. Please take a second, right click, or however you do it on the cell phone. Stop in and just turn down the volume and let it play through. Please, you won't be disappointed. All her tracks on her channel are just fantastic. And I will throw out a little shout out to Gary Hubbs. When he found out you're on the show, first thing he said is, Frank, because obviously I just met you. I've heard quite a few of your songs through Metalhead Hippie, and as a matter of fact, I think I own a BANDCAMP, one of your albums. But Gary says, Frank, you're gonna love her. I learned so much from her, some her
Right.
bass techniques. And I'm thinking that's fantastic. So I have to say that because he went out of his way to text me. So it's pretty cool.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've taught, and I mean, when you did your Twitch live streams, man, there was a lot of folks there, guitar players, bass players, and stuff that were, soaking it in, man. You were actually teaching people, and you were kind of teaching people because you were showing them how to do certain things and this and that, and playing your own stuff, and people were learning the way you did stuff. And to me, you're a virtuoso on the bass. So I watched you pick up songs just from listening to them for a couple seconds, and then just start thumping with it, man. And you're right in there, man. So you know how to find the pocket, get involved with the groove, and that's what I appreciate about your musicianship. You can just nail it. You can grab it and get it and move on with it, man. Who are some of your influences on bass and stuff? Who have you worked with that's, that would blow people away to even know that, hey, I played with these guys. I did this, I did that. I know you were on stage with a lot of folks, man, and you did a lot of benefits for folks like that. Give us just a little small rundown of some of the people that you really admire and you were like, whoo, wow, I was honored to grace the stage with these guys because these guys are legends, man. All right?
Yeah. Well, first so I think we have 3 questions.
Yes,
So
I caught one of them.
Yeah, I could flood you with a whole.
I'll circle back to the first one, but when you asked what are some of my influences, so I think the reason, and this ties into when you said that I can pick up songs so quickly, and it wasn't always like that. It was I was terrified on some of the live streams, and I would do one that was called like Stump Nikki, and that was the whole concept was, you guys, I'm just gonna learn it on the fly. Like I was terrified, and surprisingly, after doing that 5 hours every Saturday for 2 years,
You're right.
I got so much better at it. So it really was just practice, and ear training. And so now going into my influences, that is how I learned too, was because I learned at a time, I'm not going to say when, but there were not all the things at your fingertips that we have now, like just like, oh, tab and YouTube videos.
Right on.
So I had to learn by ear, and I mean, I didn't have the technology to slow down songs or anything. Like, I mean, I just had to just listen. I was rewinding, if you know what I'm saying. I was rewinding. And so I would just I learned every Black Sabbath song except for like some of the later stuff. But anyway, like from the first album on for like the next 8 albums, I learned every single song. So Geezer is 100% like inspirations because he stood out. His tone was so particular, and he didn't show off, but he did.
Tell people who get some of these folks don't know who he's.
Geezer Butler from Black Sabbath, Hippie and I.
Yeah, right. If you don't know, what's wrong with you? But yeah.
No, now you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Geezer.
Paul Barker.
Good. I love Paul Barker, and but when I was learning, I wouldn't say that he was an influence.
One of your influences, yeah.
As Geezer was, and also, oddly enough, James Newsted from Metallica. And
Right on.
oh my God, Cliff Burton. So like those first few Metallica albums and then Garage Days Revisited, I could now Jason Newsted went on technique wise, and so I learned all of those songs. At that point, my skill level was not. I was not able to just play and Justice for All. You know what I mean? Like that was beyond my skill set. But I could get Garage Days Revisited, and so High 15th Bend, and so I learned from them. It was really Cliff Burton, he's from Metallica, James Newsted from Metallica, and Geezer Butler from Black Sabbath. And then from
Well,
there, I
Treo
started.
too, right?
What's that?
Treo. What's
Yeah,
what's
I think at that
the
point
new?
though, he was way better than I was, so it was a little discouraging. Like I would hear his bass lines, and I just couldn't fathom how to do it. It was just too fast. And also,
Yeah.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, their early stuff. I was
Yeah,
playing
Flea
along with
rocks,
that.
man.
And some of the stuff though, he would lose me eventually. Like now I could go back and learn that. But when I was first learning, those were really like my initial influences. I love Flea so much.
Yeah.
The early stuff,
Uh,
like before,
You
like the
remind
sound.
me of a female flea, but not. I mean, nobody can be him, man. You know what I'm saying? The guy is just off the chain, man. He's just way off.
He's
But
like an
you have that,
entity.
right?
Like yeah, like he's
Yeah.
like he's something. He's not just a person. You know what I mean? He's like
Yeah.
an energy pocket of wild
Oh man.
faithfess. Yeah. But here's the album cover from.
Oh yeah, let's
Yeah.
Jeff Metalhead.
Yeah.
He taught me something, but I forgot already. No,
Well,
no.
don't blame me, man.
Yeah,
Don't blame me.
Where was
I
it?
remember what it was. Get ready.
Yeah.
Damn, how did I do that?
Is that the new album or is it the Sweetest Freak? That's the first album, right?
Yeah.
That is awesome. Yeah.
I got that one. I think I have the CD. I think you sent it to me.
Because I sent you everything. I think you have a taco truck. You
I
have
even
a
got the
mug.
taco trucks and
All the
I was gonna
things.
get a mug out, but I have some
Spoiled
stuff
them.
packed away. I forgot where, but my shirt was right there. This is washed and laundered and stuff. So I was
When
like,
I grow up, I want to be just like him.
Who?
In the days
You.
when I made all the stuff and
You
like
know,
bought it, put it in my,
poison.
mailed it myself. Now I'm trying to outsource things.
Right on.
Well, I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a few shout outs if you guys are okay with that.
Rock on, man.
We're at Weltenkinder, put out a great track, How Not to Drown, Roque Avellaneda, Beginning, East Virginia Studios, who also known as Dwight Carr, and who opened the show with his track. We're Both Gone, another great song. Lithium Vandal, Nightshades. Our friend Dan Anderson, one of the nicest guys in our community, Pokemon Revenge. The Drag Gurus, 1,000 Years. Stephen Ewart just continues to put out track after track. Forest of the Wolf had a couple tracks this week. Chris Lane put out a really nice track called Beautiful Scar. Michael Lanthier put out a track called Fire in My Soul Demo 01. Howling Fret Fumbler, The Way We Are. Pseudoscience, another great Canadian. Weird Creatures. Jason Lemansky put out a real nice cover of Eleanor Rigby. I really enjoyed that one. Live to Fly. Man, what can you say about David? Let's go back to this. Another brilliant guitarist. And I love Towns Van Zandt cover titled Rake. Camellia. Man, she's one of the biggest supporters in our community. She's everywhere, and she's a pretty darn good guitarist and singer. Great track called Warmth and Lifeguards. Camellia, please send that to Jeff for Friday. Jerry Gomes, it's going to be good. Synthworks, once again, he keeps putting out really good tracks. A great artist, a great guy. Blush Response, Guitar Meets Science. He's got a really nice show. Many of you know him a lot longer than me, but I'm pretty sure he's been away for a bit. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I just missed it. But this one's an Eddie Van Halen, a little show about the final years of Eddie Van Halen. It's pretty cool. David Joshua, Wicked Game, Live at Faux. David Joshua is going to be on the show. It's confirmed for July 29th. John Lemon and Lemonade, another great Canadian factory man. I'm going to continue just with a couple things here before doing for others. It's an important part of my shout outs. There's many of you out there and I can't name you all, but these ones are the ones that I've chosen. Dan Anderson, a brilliant guy, as we said, Jeff can attest to that. Independent Many United, who just continues to do for others. Lini Perez, Read Between the Lines. Pretty much on every social media, I see her there, and I'm not on many, but she does a great job of sharing everybody's music, not just mine. Rebel Rocker, Feisty Feather. If you need something shared on Facebook, just send it to Feisty. She'll put it up there. DJ Big Red and Crimson Crux. Now, if you all don't mind, I want to give a shout out to our friend Jeff had it on the show last night. Russ 8889 has an album coming out, and Jade on her channel, she's going to be premiering this album. For now, I'm just going to play this and let's get a feel of what's going on with Russ. Yeah, that's let me get rid of this, remove from studio. So it's going to be a brilliant album. The Delicate Giants, as I mentioned, is going to be featured on Jade's channel this coming Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. The entire album play through, and then Russ will join the chat and talk about the process. It took him a year to produce this masterpiece, and it's titled The Fabric of Everything. Jade's really good at doing what she does, so I expect nothing but a brilliant show. We do have the links. I think I sent them out to the mods, and they're posting them now. We have the Delicate Giants channel as well as the show link. Yeah, it's actually, so let's not forget about some of the other shout outs I want to do. So I hope to see you all there. Please go over now and hit the notification. Son of Snake is coming out with another track from the anonymous collective called Checkmark. It'll be out tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern time. It'll be premiering. And let us not forget about Metalhead Hippie. Do you have those claps again? this Sunday, and I forgot to write the date. Although Jeff has had well more than 200 streams, this is the official 200th episode coming up on Sunday. And for all the things he does for us, I will do my best to create little videos and post them. I encourage everybody out there who is able to and has the time to create some little shorts and videos. Let's just blitz the F out of this show. Let's put it out there, and it'll really help. Because I would like to see over 100 people there for sure. So that'll do. I do have one more shout out, and it's the official date isn't down yet, but 15th Band has pre-released, pre-sold his new album, and he's already pre-sold 40 signed copies, and the new album's called Heal. It'll be out in the middle of August, sometime in the middle of August. We'll get more details as the shows come on, but he will be on this show next week as the featured co-host, and with Casey Henderson, a friend of his family, and he's a brilliant musician. I'd be lying to you. I just can't remember the name of the band, but you're going to enjoy it. 15th Bend, if you can post that in their link. So that'll be next week. So that'll be it for the shoutouts just for now, and we only got maybe a dozen more, but let's continue with the show. Right. Thank you for your patience, and thank you all for showing up, all my mods for posting these links. Yeah, and once again, Jeff, congratulations. It's going to be a great show, and I will catch a nap in the afternoon so I can stay up a little later.
You got to stop that stuff. You're making me feel older than we are, because we're both the same.
Bro, we're 5 hours difference. So 5 o'clock for
it's
you.
Only 4, man. See, there you go, making yourself older than you are. It's 4 hours.
Yeah, no, I can't complain. He was like 3.
Holding it all down. And actually, I have a new merch store, you guys. A new merch store.
Ooh. Is that the link?
So yeah, if you guys can throw that link out. Check it out.
Is that it there in Tedesco's store shop? Hey, Nikki Tedesco? Oh, Spring. Spring?
That's the one, right, Nikki?
New designs. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. We picked it up from. Yeah, we got it. We're all over it. These mods are the best.
Mods are the best. And there's also some artwork from the new album that are on there, like we'll speak.
Right on.
Hey, if anybody in the chat, I don't know if you guys take questions, but if anybody in the chat has questions, maybe
Folk Punk had a question. Who's that on your shirt?
Bob Ross.
Oh yeah.
The Discord is in front of you. There you go.
I didn't recognize him with the glasses and the headphones, man. It's like
Bob Ross. Late great Bob.
Right on.
Paradoiling.
Yep, maybe if somebody, because I'm trying to find any questions, because I had said, like, if you have a question, put it in the chat. But if you want to put like a big Q in front of it or something so I can find it easier. Just an idea. I'm not trying to take over your show.
Yeah, no. This is your show. I said that from.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah, right
this is your show. However, what's important to me is the shoutouts, and no, this is focused just on this interview, and however you want it to play out is how it's going to play out. Would you like to play another song as I dictate?
I would like to play a little ditty just to get everyone excited.
And finally, Joy, how about a new car?
Make everyone happy. That
We
makes
got
me
Oprah,
so happy.
Oprah over here, and
Okay,
you and
what
you
song
and
are we
you.
gonna get into?
How about hitting gravel, man? Because
Okay,
that's
so good,
like
perfect. So that's from this album. This is when I decided
I
to
got that one. I
become
got
a
this
band.
CD. You know.
But I want to tell you guys
It,
about this album cover. There's a mushroom cloud. There is the
mm,
Pacific garbage patch in the background, and the poor character has a tear. She's crying.
I know. I would be too if I was standing in the middle of all that shit.
If you were what?
If I was standing in the middle of all that shit, a nuclear
For
mushroom and
real. For
a
real.
garbage patch. Yeah. So here's the deal: are you really a redhead or no? Huh?
I am, yeah.
Right on.
Yeah,
I
but
knew
I
it.
just I need black hair for my goth vibe. You know what I mean? I need a brand.
Right on. No,
But
I dig
my
chicks.
hair,
I dig chicks with freckles, man. You know?
my my red hair is like the same color as my skin, so I just look like I'm just like blob.
Sort of albino-ish, maybe.
I mean, not exactly, but it's got that vibe. There's no contrast. You know what I mean? There's just
Right
like
on.
hair, face.
I get you, man. Right on.
And all my life, wait, let me tell you this too. All my life, I wanted to dye my hair black. I'm God. Want my hair black. And my
Yeah.
mom was a hairdresser, and so she was always like, "You cannot dye your hair black, okay? Because you'll never get it out."
Hetriani's with me, man. Redheads rule, man. Right on.
Yeah. And
Love a
then so
redhead.
right before right before she died, tragically, I was like, "Mom, let's go get our hair did." And she cut all her hair off. I dyed my hair black, and we cut all our hair off, and then we donated it to cancer wigs for like
Right on.
lots of love. But yeah, so I've had my hair black ever since, and I love it. I love it.
Speaking of charitable events, I don't mean to take you off that because I know
No,
that
let's
means a
hear it.
lot to you. But speaking of charitable events, man, what I mean, a lot of people seen it on the news, knew what was going on, but you were right there in it, man. So tell people where you were from LA in the Hollywood Hills and whatnot. That's where your base was. But then what took you back to Hawaii? And what are you doing there? How's your music going? And what happened with Maui and you? And what, if you want to just explain to the folks, how everybody pulled together to help you guys out over in Hawaii and stuff, man. And what's going on with that?
I love it. Okay, I think I heard 3 questions again. Right,
I'm
Frank?
like that, man. You gotta
No, I
listen.
love it. And I can keep track. I can totally keep track, and they're all related. So I'm
Yeah.
so happy that you asked me why I moved to Hawaii because I love the Hawaiian culture. I think they're just I just love so many things about the Hawaiian culture. And I did used to live in Hawaii a long time ago. And
Weren't
the
you
feeling
homeless
that
on the streets living in the hills of Hawaii? Is
Wait.
that some of the story that I got
in the hills of
from
Hawaii?
yeah.
Well, yeah, actually. Yeah, I mean I wouldn't call it homeless. Call it
You were a ruffian, right? You're just like free spirit.
I was a nomad, right? Come on, metalhead hippie, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
I lived in the
get it.
pillbox on Oahu at one point because there's
Right
like
on.
these cement boxes that are inside of the mountain built in so that they could like defend the bay.
Right
And
on.
so I was like, oh, it's
It
like a
didn't work
built-in
out.
house in the mountain. So yeah, I moved in there. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was only a short. Do not mess with a redhead. Yeah, Bon. Yeah, so that was only a short period of time when I was there, and I finally got into a place and built a studio there. It's like wherever I go, I'm building a studio. So anyway, I loved Hawaii because the feeling that I have when I'm here is it just feels magical. Things feel surreal. Like when you look out and you look at the ocean and you see like the mist coming off the ocean and just smelling the air and like absorbing it and just and just nature and it just everything just feels right. Just Hawaii it slows me down. And hippie. You know how I keep saying I'm not like a calm person. But if I go sit by the ocean and the waves and they just massage my brain, I need it. I need Hawaii. I need it. I love it here so much. And so
I'd be in a hammock all day, man. To tell you the truth, I'd be just like, yeah. I would.
it's
I'd be in a hammock all
fantastic.
day.
It's so good. It's so good. And so finally I got a chance to come back here after 2020 and a different island now, but I'm just glad I'm here. So it was a very long process of me just knowing that one day I was going to do it and kind of always gearing up for one day this is going to happen. So I know that one day it's going to happen. So I would always have these like backup plans and this plan, a spreadsheet for that, and tabs for this
Yeah.
scenario, tabs for that scenario. Thank you, Count Derpula. I love that name. And yeah, so it was very organized and methodical, but also partly a dream. So I feel like it's where I fall on the cusp of um, astrology because I'm Pisces, but I'm right on the cusp of what is the one before that? Aquarius, and apparently Aquarius are like maybe a little uptight. I don't know. I don't mean to offend
I'm a
anybody,
Gemini,
but
so I'm confused. I don't, whatever.
well, they're notorious for that, and then Pisces are like always the head of the clouds. But so it's like,
Mm.
and that's how I feel like my life's been. That always, I'm always like planning on this thing that is a complete dream and wild and like out of like in the clouds. But I'm planning on it. Like I'm gonna make it happen. So anyway, so that's what brought me to Hawaii, and I'm just and I just wanted more of. I mean, I grew up in LA, so my life was. I don't know if I would say hectic, but it was just very. It was just normal to be like, and there's
Chaotic,
traffic
yeah.
everywhere, and there's
Rush,
just a
rush,
lot
rush,
going on,
rush.
and it's just a constant like barrage of information and lights and things. It would be like being on the probably like what Las Vegas is like, kind of just like a lot happening all the time. And
Yeah.
the music scene there was never quite good to me, and it's years I've been working on that. And so I came to a point in my life, and I've been planning, like I said, to come back to Hawaii at some point, and just everything sort of fell into place, and I just I'm really enjoying the simplicity of life out here. It is not easy. It's a lot harder than living in Los Angeles. Like there's just a lot of accommodations that you need to make, like a lot of little tweaks and changes you have to make. It doesn't matter what you want really anymore because it's what there is. So there's just these tweaks, and there's it's expensive, and there's just a lot going on. So you have to like change a lot of your lifestyle, or at least I've had to. And but I love it so much, like the simplicity of life, and that people call me because they want to hang out, like they want to just go sit at the beach and watch the water, or they just want to
Right.
go watch the sunset, or they just want to do like those phone calls. You don't get them in LA. In LA, you get, hey, are you available for the show, or da da da, or do you still know that
Yeah,
guy that
click.
does the thing because I need a connection for that. It's like it's always just like everyone's on a mission, and out here
Yeah.
nobody is on a mission, which is a whole nother situation because nobody's really accomplishing anything, which is fine. I can motivate myself, but the fact that there's no underlying motive for anyone. They just want to
Right.
hang out, and they really want to hang out. My social life here is I have so many friends. I mean, I have a friend here with me right now. Um, this is one of my friends,
Hey, dude.
and uh, yeah, so I have friends everywhere.
At least he's smiling.
All right.
And, no, but really, so that's what brought me to Hawaii. And I realized I didn't answer one of your other questions, which I'll get back to.
We have a
And-
question. We
Oh,
do
okay,
have
what
a
is it? What
question.
is it?
Right there.
Planning the beach. Oh my God, yes. So, and I want to tell you guys about that. Okay, so I've got
Thank you, Todd.
to tell you. Thank you, Todd. Thank you so much. And what happened here in Maui? There was a huge fire, and I'm sure some of you heard of it. If you didn't, it was sort of like Paradise City. I guess it's really called Paradise City in California, where like the whole town just flattened. It was just flattened out in fire. And I don't watch the news, and I don't have any channel. I don't have cable. You know what I mean? I had to cut off a lot of things. So I had no idea what was happening, but I did look at the sky that night, and I said, something's weird. Like, why does the sky look like that? And it was smoke from another fire, but it had come over the mountain. So just everything looked weird. And then this wind was blowing so bad that it knocked over. I had this Buddha and it knocked him over and his head rolled off. And I looked at my friend that was sitting there. We were reading together. That's what we do out here. And I looked at her. I go, something bad is going to happen. Like, I feel like something bad's going to happen. And just because the wind, it was like I had never felt a wind like that. And so just a combination of environmental situations and also neglect for the land and the water that's not there. And it just turned into this, and just neglect of maintenance of electrical lines, and everything just kind of melted down. It was like a perfect storm. This whole town flattened. People died. It was crazy. Anyway, they're still trying to, they're not rebuilding yet. They're still trying to clean out the dirt. But what happened at that time was Hippie's community came to the rescue and sent like over $700. And then I flew Jen out here, and then we just went to Costco and bought all these supplies that they needed, and we just started delivering them around to places. And I was so thankful. Your community's like real people that care about each other, and that's just what I love about your community. Yeah, we're trying out here to get back to normal. I'm not affected. I'm in a completely different area, but it was the original Hawaiian kingdom. So, I mean, it was at one point the Hawaiian kingdom, and so it burning down is so symbolic of cultural genocide. But anyway, let's not get into that because I will get on a roll with that of insanity.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we'll talk about
So
that
you
later.
know what? I would love to play your another song that we have here on cue,
Yes.
and it's
Okay,
Sue-
and I'll get
yeah.
to Todd's question
Oh,
about
I
the
thought
big
you
party
just
that's
did. I'm so
happening.
sorry.
Well, let me get to that really quick. And
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I thought you actually
no
did
problem.
because
We
I
gotta
couldn't
play
read the
music. We're here
question.
for music, not just to hear me talk. What the hell?
No, that's all good.
I mean, what the heck? So, so Hippie had asked me, have I played with any big names? I've played with a ton of big names, and it's at like the whiskey. They would have these nights where you come up and you just play like one or two songs with people that you've never played with before. So it's not like you're hanging out with them rehearsing. It's like you just show up and then play with these guys. And so I've played with a lot of really big names that I just can't even remember, and they're I not to minimize, but they're usually supporting artists. So they're like, the guitarist from, Styx, or like the keyboardist from Aerosmith, or do they even have a keyboardist? I don't know. But it's usually not like the main character. It's not main character energy. It's like supporting character energy. So it's like a gig full of supporting characters. That's what it is. But they're all super famous, and it's wonderful. And I love that I was there just because I had made a name for myself, not because I was with this person or with that person. And like on tour. And then I got a tour with Steven Adler from Guns N' Roses. So that was probably the biggest thing I've done lately. And so that happened. And okay, on to Todd's question. So what I want to do for the CD release party for probably next year is have it be like, I've gone on yoga retreats where you go and you stay at this house for like 5 days, a bunch of other yoga retreat people, and then they have activities for you, and there's a pool, and then imagine that without the yoga, but with beach fun, pool fun, barbecue fun, hanging out fun, and a concert, the record release party. Like, how cool would that be? And people fly over here and stay in the house. I've been looking at it, and I can't really actually find a big house with a pool. So it would probably be like people staying at different places, like 2-bedroom condo here, next door a 2-bedroom condo. It would be like I would rent out.
Sounds good.
And then I'm trying to secure a location for the concert. What do you guys think about that? Because
I think it's a fantastic idea.
Awesome.
I love Count Derpula. I love you. What do you guys think? Would you guys come? I mean, it would be money. It wouldn't be like a $20 ticket at the Whiskey A Go Go. It would be like fly there, pay for the room. The rooms I'm looking at are like probably $250 a night. I mean, the condo is like $250 a night, and then 2 to 3 people stay in
I'm
there.
sleeping
So
in your
now,
backyard. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Goddamn hotel.
first of all, I don't have a backyard, so there's that.
I'm hanging up somewhere, man. 2 trees somewhere. I don't give a shit. Just give me 2
And you
trees,
always
man.
have a place in my heart. Well, I mean, I have I have 2 air mattresses. They just don't both fit at the same time.
That's
My
right. We
place
can make
is
bunk
so
beds,
small
man.
for you guys. It's so small. I
Me and
try to
Frank are
swing
carpenters,
the wall.
man, so we can build anything we want.
I'm almost touching the wall.
I'll pre-build it for you and
Swear
ship
to
it
God.
out, Jeff. I can't cross.
Right on.
So what do you guys think about that? Many Vibes says when, and I'm looking at 2025, not during peak season, because it's always good season here. It's always good weather. And right
Yeah.
now it's crowded and more expensive and the flights are more. So it would probably be either like spring, like April or May, or like October.
What's the best non-touristy time?
Me.
Anytime that's not summer, like not the middle of
So
May
close to
to,
September,
like,
October, somewhere around there.
yeah, so like after September all the way up to May. And it's whale season. December, January, February, March, I think till April. It's like a 4-month whale season. And I mean, so if you look at how the islands are configured, there's this one pocket where it's Maui and there's Kaho'olawe and then there's Molokini and there's Molokai and Lanai. So it's sort of like this little like area where they can come in and they feel safe. They feel safe to have all their babies and then train them.
Right on.
So it's like train. You can watch the whales get trained. I feel like you can. Yeah, you can. I'm talking like whale breaches and stuff. So it's just go to the
Very
beach and watch
cool.
the whales. Like my song Taco Truck.
Yeah.
You guys know the song Taco Truck where it says, "What do they want to do? Move to Hawaii and watch the waves all day?" Like, yeah,
Right.
that's what we do.
Doesn't sound like a bad idea to me.
We do.
Right.
Yeah. What song did you want to play, Frank?
Well, the next one we have on queue is Suicide Note.
Oh, cool.
There you go.
Whoa!
Hey.
My camera's like, get out of
What
here.
what camera are you using? Because I was gonna get one of those that follow me around.
It's an ob spot.
Okay, how's spot?
Yeah, they have a newer model since I got this.
Yeah, I got the Facecam Pro. I didn't less moving parts. You know what I'm saying?
I love this thing because it moves around. I mean, we can talk about technicality later because there's one thing I don't think.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I'm sitting in my underwear, so I wouldn't want to get up and
All
have
right,
the
on
thing
that
move around and just go, "Hey, hippie, how you doing?" Don't have my kid follow me around.
I thought I would need it because Jen used to move the camera when we were in LA, and so I was like, "Oh, I need a camera that tracks my motion." But I mean, I don't really need it either because I have my neck cam, which is my guest cam right now. Actually,
Right on.
my dear friend.
Okay, before we go off the rails too far, what song do you have up there, Frank?
Do it. Suicide Note.
Got Suicide Note from this album.
Right on. Yeah,
Oh.
Frank.
Don't move the
yeah.
camera, Jeff. Please don't move your camera.
Don't stand up, man.
Don't stand up.
Right on.
Suicide Note.
Tell me about your issues.
I
tell me about your issues.
What the what?
Right on, man.
Wow.
Hey, did
That
you
was
want to
amazing.
play the 'cause I saw a comment in the chat, and I don't know that person, so I'm not sure what the story is. But there's a little bit on the end of that video. Do you have the rest of that video?
No.
Okay, well anyway, go watch that video. At the end we do like a public service
Little
announcement
PSA,
that's
yeah.
not aggrandizing suicide in any way. That
Yeah.
just like saying that it's tragic and yeah, and it's a very serious issue.
Yeah, we've got the link, Folk Punk. If you can put it back up there one more time for us.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, I tried to shorten it. Yeah, I should have
Yeah, no
kept it.
problem. There's no problem.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
I'm so thankful that you put all this stuff together. It's wonderful.
Right on.
That video was so much fun. So fun to
Right on.
make. And they buried me under the dirt. I had to go into the
Yeah,
dirt
how's-
with like bugs. There were
Oh,
really
really?
there were like when there's like a dirt. But I mean, it's not like, oh, there's bugs in the dirt. It's like if you lift up the dirt, there's these bugs that were the same color as the dirt. And if I just lifted up a handful, there'd be like 20 of these little bugs in this much dirt. So they were just everywhere in this pile. I was like, oh, great. That's what we get for guerrilla filming. It's like we didn't want to get permits and all the things. So
That's the only way
I
to
was like,
do it.
"So just do it. Just hurry up and do it. Just go fast. Go fast."
Right on. No, that's cool, man. No, yeah, there is a serious PSA announcement on the backside of that video. Go
Yeah.
check it out.
Well, let's in the very near future, I'm going to do a few more shoutouts. We're almost done. We got about 15 shoutouts here. Camp G-May announced just last week that he is going to be running a country fest next.
Right on.
I don't have a date yet. I don't think there is a date yet set, but or there is. I think it was August 3rd. Oh well. But it's coming up soon. I'll shout it out again next week. But he is looking for anybody who has 3 or 4 country songs. The sets are 20 minutes. I'll be on that one. The shoulder should be fine by then. The 4 Horsemen, I want to continue shouting this out until the day comes. It's going to be Hetriani, 15th Band Development of a Void, and Michael Lanthier. Michael's putting this together with these 4 guitarists, and they're going to have Gary Hubbs on bass. But each one of those guitarists is going to come up with their own song, and then they're going to all collab on one song together. So it'll be a 5-song EP, mini EP, whatever you want to call it. And I can't wait. Hetriani won't commit to a date, but he's working hard. But I do know Metalhead Hippie's involved in this. So we can't wait for this to happen. I know Jeff's love for Hetriani and his music, so I can't wait for that to happen. Mentions Linda Jean, a good Canadian friend of mine, supporter of my channel. She is going to be on my show on the 8th, July 8th. I want to mention Tales Told in the Dark, the Nut House. Thank you for all the support, and thanks for showing up today. Axe and Nacho is going to be on at 11 o'clock. Let's not forget Vince Janella is going to be on 9 or 9:30. So I usually jump over there after this stream. Dave's music video channel. It's a great channel. Please go check it out. JM Unleashed has every Monday word game similar to Scrabble. Starts at 5 p.m. It's a great community he has there. Guitar Hack, who was here earlier, another great Canadian who I'm going to have on this show on Canada Day, July 1st. And Pompeii Music, a good educational channel. He's a teacher. He's got backing tracks Please go check it out. And then let's not forget the stream. The featured channel is Pegs and Pen, karaoke channel. And there's many karaoke artists, and they're fantastic supporters of my channel and many other channels and all these streams that are out there. There are a lot of these karaoke streaming channels: Miss High, Pendar, Jovel, Lay Ramos, who was here earlier, Mr. B's Music Addiction, Deb's Wood Burning Stove, yeah, wood burning, sorry. I can't wait to get out to my fire pit. CC Karaoke last night without the wife here. I'm gonna party it up, or maybe empty the dishwasher. Mama's Rose channel, Angela Tanzer, and Together We Are Family. That's it for the shout outs for tonight. I did miss a few, as I mentioned, because of Father's Day weekend. And Hugh, well, I got to set something straight. Yes, I was golfing, and we got to the 9th hole, and obviously there's a break between the 9th and the 10, the back 9. And I told my son, well, my son went out to grab sandwiches and fluids for us. And I said, I'll just wait at the tee. And he says, no, you just go ahead. I'll catch up to you. So I teed off, and I'm looking around. He's still not around. So I took my second shot, and he's still not around. And I am on the green now and still not around. I putt out, and it's like, damn, now I'm pissed off at the kid. It's like, what the? He's probably on his cell phone talking to his girlfriend, everything. So I move over to the next tee, and I thought, okay, I'll just sit on the bench and wait for him. I sat on the bench. I look behind me, and I see hole number 7. I'm on a whole different course. So I jump in the car to start driving back. And, yeah, I was lost. My son came to my rescue. So you can laugh all you want. All right, Nikki, let's continue with the show.
Hey, congratulations to all those other people. So what else do we got? What are the music we got?
So what we got is, what are you waiting for?
What about Nikki playing something live? You got something live you can throw at us, Nick?
We didn't do a sound check for that.
No.
And I thought I would leave the audience wanting to come
to her stream, yeah. Oh my God, there's something he can't have.
It's the master plan, Hippie.
The disappointment of it all.
He's dangling that carrot. You want it? You gotta come and watch.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
So when are we going to see you live next? What's going on, man? When are you going to commit to getting your shit back together so we can come and watch you play on a Friday, Saturday night, man? What's up? It's all hit and miss with you lately. I want some stability in my life. I got the Hippie show Sunday and Friday. Everybody knows that. Where's Nikki? Where's Nikki?
What about your birthday on July 3rd? Are you doing anything?
I don't know. I mean, that's kind of my day for me to, as a rebirth of the Jeffy Hippie kind of thing, man. But that's kind of like, there's a lot of folks in the community like you, Frank, that relate to they understand what those days mean to the junkie, alcoholic, in recovery.
Yeah.
Those aren't meant for, to me, they're not meant for society as a whole, because there's a lot of people out here struggling with addiction and stuff like that for me it feels like I'm throwing it in people's face. But I also want people to know that if you do suffer from addiction and recovery, to hear that somebody like me, an ex junkie from the streets of San Jose, heroin junkie, cocaine junkie, LSD, coke, alcoholic, all that shit, who lived homeless under a bridge in San Jose for years and hitchhiked across I-10 just to chase the next fixed pill or drink. If anything I say or do can help you relate to getting sober or wanting to get sober, then that's why I tell people why I'm sober for 30 years. Because if this junkie alcoholic can get it, you can get it too, man. And it's never too late to stop doing what you're doing. And it is a one day at a time proposition. I got here one day at a time for 30 years, July 3rd, man. So if you're struggling with addiction, if you have problems with anything, man, it doesn't matter what, suicide, depression, alcoholism, it all goes together. It's all in the same ballpark. But if you really want to change your life, you have to stay committed to it and be committed to it and be willing to change, man, and change in every way. Thoughts, your spirit, your whatever, man. You just got to be willing to change. And if you're willing to do that, and if Frank telling people he's been sober 20 years, and Nikki being sober 10 years, and me being sober 30 years, helps anybody figure out what to do or who to ask or who to talk to, then that's why I tell people that I've been sober that long, because this is what I used to be. This is what I am now. This is what I do. And I wouldn't change any day of my sobriety for one day back using again. Never. You know what I mean? So it's about a complete and total life change. And if you're not down with that, then sobriety might not be for you, man. And I hope you make it through whatever turmoils you're going through in life to just live life, man. But you don't have to live like that, man. Nobody does. And if you want to reach out, and we'll be there for you. I'll be there for you. You know what I mean? That's my first priority in life. Anybody anywhere reaches out for help, I want to be the hand that reaches up and pulls them out of hell. You know what I mean? And for that, I'm responsible. Right on. So yeah, because somebody did it for me, I got to do it for somebody else. And all three of us have that same philosophy. I hope that if you see a junkie druggie on the street, somebody slobbering in their puke and drooling down their chest and stuff that's about ready to kick the fucking bucket, if you don't walk over and offer them up a hug or a handshake or a better way out, then you're not as human as you need to be then. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But that's me.
Right on, Jeff. Well said, brother.
Oh.
Right. Do the music.
Do
Yeah.
the music. What are you waiting
music.
for? What do you got to say about this next
The
song?
show is brought to you in part by Ride the Indy.
Well,
Okay.
this one is from the last album. Let's see if I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
That's better.
Yeah.
Let me do. Shit, I forgot.
Okay,
I did.
this-
Oh, there we go.
This is my latest album, and I love it so much. I'm so happy about it. I'm so thrilled about it. And this is off that record. It's the last song on the album, and the only thing I like to share about the song is because I want you guys to experience it on your own and like fall in love with it if you like it, or just enjoy the vibes and how it makes you feel. When you listen to it. But that is awesome.
Yeah.
What is really interesting to me about this song is there's a lesson, and I know if you guys know me, you've heard me say this before, but I had a producer that when he heard the song, he said, you can't put this on the record, it's not just fit on the record. And I kind of felt like it sort of didn't fit on the record as far as making a cohesive type of album holistic sound, but I didn't care because I loved it and I just wanted to put it out at that time. Like, I didn't want to wait. I wanted it to be out. And so I put it out. Anyway, it turns out it's a fan favorite. Like it's everybody's one of their favorite on the album. This one and Taco Truck are the two favorites. And those are the two songs that the producer said, you should put it on the record. He is a great producer, such a great guitar player, so great. And I did take a lot of his advice while we were working together. But this is where I put my foot down. I was like, no, these two songs have to be on there. And they are fan favorites. So I feel like it's a sign and it's a lesson in believing in yourself. Take advice, but still believe in yourself, what you know to be true for you. That is true, just period, because it's true for you. And that's how I found my people, like the right fans, the ones that do love me and my music, instead of trying to get a certain type of fan base, just getting the fan base that happens to love your music, which is the right fan, truly the right fan. So
That's
believe in yourself, kids. Believe in yourself. That's
Yeah.
the moral of the story.
I own a
And
taco
it's
truck.
about a funeral, so but we're not going to go there right now.
Yeah.
all right.
No,
Let's
it's always
hear
dark
Damn girl.
it. What are you waiting for?
Woo! Right on.
Thank you, Francis.
Lemonade sparkles for the room, and sit you back for the tune. Wanna make everyone feel right. Remembering you tonight doesn't always have to be real. And nobody cares how you feel. They all got their own battles to fight. I only want butterflies and rainbows. Butterflies and rainbows, rainbows, rainbows. Even the faithless have a home. We saved a seat here for you in the darkest corners of our mind. Would somebody shine a light? We don't always have to understand, and most of the time we can't. There's a magic place for you and I, and it's full of butterflies and rainbows, rainbows, rainbows. It's full of butterflies and rainbows, rainbows, rainbows.
Heather. Thank you, Outfit 13. You're so kind. Thank you, Hippie.
What are you waiting for? You're sitting there counting stars. What are you waiting for? You're sitting there counting stars. What are you waiting for? You're sitting there counting stars. What are you waiting for? There's nothing more inside.
I love that song. I started choking. Sorry.
That is awesome.
It's
I always
I
start
think I was
crying.
actually in that. Was I on that show? Was I in that show? I think I was.
Probably.
Yeah. Right on. Yeah.
You're everywhere, Jeff.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. So
Well,
I
I
don't
know
think you ever answer. You never answer my question. When are you get your ass back on in the groove somewhere somehow, so people
kind
can
of a
watch? You got to now.
I was thinking we moved past that.
No, he's not giving up on this one.
Yeah.
Well, maybe maybe you can help me, because here's my quandary right now is I need to finish vocals for this song and work on this song and work on that song. And it's kind of like, oh my God, it's always in the back of my mind. Like, yeah, but I also need to go to the gym and I also need to do this. And I also need to make content for my YouTube. So like I'm trying to prioritize and get all these things done. And so I'm freaking out internally. You wouldn't notice, would you? But I actually, like when I sleep, I grind my teeth so hard that a crown popped off my tooth last week because I just have so much dread about getting
So
this
funny.
getting this album done. I'm like, I gotta get it done. I gotta get it done. And so I'm kind of stressing myself out with that right now. And so that's and if I said, oh, okay, now I'm gonna schedule a live stream, then I'll be like, oh my God. I can't.
Maybe that's the icebreaker motivation you need to get out there for your fans to say, hey, look, these guys are still, because we still love you. We still want to see you go live. And
So bad. Well, I've been doing.
and I'm kind of mad at you because I got nothing to do for Nikki Tedesco right now. So it's like,
Well, tell me what's
you took
what
away
nights
my
you-
Saturday and Friday night. Is that right? Because after my show, I'm like, oh, let's go over and check out Nikki. I'm like, it's not live anymore.
Give him a stream.
Yeah.
Are you free? Starting like July 6th. What about July 6th? You said Saturday? Saturday's good?
What day? Yeah, well, Saturday's good for me because Friday I got my show, or Friday night after my show. I know you're on a time. The time is important to you
earlier
because
than you. I'm more flexible.
yeah, that's what I mean. You're like an hour behind me, and I'm 4 hours behind. You're 5 hours behind the East Coast. So yeah, hey.
Where'd you go?
Rosbot's going crazy. All right.
Why?
Might need to stand
well, I
up.
Meeting now. This is supposed to do things. This is the hand signal. It's supposed to
Yeah, no, I was gonna get one of them. I'm glad I didn't.
Good advertisement. I'm not getting one.
I'm telling you, there's a better one that came out. So this is old.
No, but anytime you're free. But I want you also to get the most out of this community, Frank's community, my community, and everybody else
Let's
that knows
schedule one
me and
right
Frank.
now. It's free July 6th.
Okay,
Oh,
what
yeah.
time? What time for the East Coast? Do it by East Coast time.
What day is it? Sorry.
July 6th, Saturday. East Coast is like right now on the East Coast. It's 9:30. Is that true? 9:25.
We're 5
Yeah, it
hour
should be.
different.
Yeah.
I believe it's a 5 hour difference.
So it's 8:25 there right now.
It's 9:25. 6 hours. My bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. 6 hours.
For me, it's 9:25. Whatever, and you're an hour behind me, so it's what?
No, we're 9:25 right
Not
now
to
here.
do this much complicated math. I'm thinking, like, if I do 1 o'clock my time, that's 4 o'clock Pacific time. That is 7 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah, so
On a
whenever it's more
Saturday?
convenient for you, and I would like to have as many. This way, I can announce it on my show to get as many people over there as possible checking out your stuff. And anybody here, go ahead. Anybody here right now, mark that date down, July 6th.
Who can make it? I want to know right now.
Put a 5 in the chat if you're going to show up for Nikki's show, man.
Yeah, July 6th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I mean, you
Right
guys
on.
get me excited to perform. You really do. Otherwise,
Yeah,
I'm just like,
real-
I don't know.
Real Justine, DJ Big Red. I know Lori, myself, Gary, 100%. Take Two drum covers. I know Brian will be there. I can tell you, out of this community, even the ones that were here earlier and had to leave, I can tell you, you're going to get at least 15, 20, 30. Yeah.
So is that
Yeah.
time good for everybody? I know this sounds funny, but I'm literally just doing it to hang out with you guys. So I want to make sure that it's a good time for you guys.
It's a
Oh,
perfect
definitely.
time for the Canadians because the Stanley Cup will be over. There'll be
Oh,
no
no.
more hockey. I have no more excuses on a Saturday night, and that'll work out just right.
Hey, somebody delete that comment from David.
What did he say?
Email me 5 times to ask for the right date and time. I was like, no. Don't do it, man. I have to put you in my spam folder.
Okay, so July 6th. All right, cool. So I'm just going to delete my ukulele lesson, which is that's what's in my calendar.
Well, you can
these
play
days.
you can play ukulele on the show, man. So there you get your practice in and all that other stuff.
Pookie Ann's
And
going
this-
to be there, obviously.
And this is going to be Twitch, right? Or is it going
Well,
to be
Actually, all you guys are YouTube, and I was thinking of trying a
Most.
live on YouTube. And you
That'll
guys
work.
can do the emotes. Well, you guys have to be a member to do emotes. I think it's $5 to become a member. But let's just give it a
Yeah.
whirl on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube's
Let's-
good,
let's
man.
take
I
it
think you'll
back.
get a bigger response because then everybody's got that doesn't have a Twitch account
Hello,
has to
Liz.
sign up for one and all that
Yeah.
shit. So yeah.
Yeah, let's
I don't
do it on-
So on YouTube, man, July 6th at what time Eastern Standard Time?
wait. I asked you, Frank, what time it was. I'm so
Okay, what time did you say your time?
confused. What time is it?
Right
It's
now,
9:30 right now for me on the East Coast.
Why are
It's
we on the
9:30 for
same
me.
time? Oh, on the East Coast? Yeah, 9:30.
Okay.
Correct.
Hours ahead. It's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
7 p.m. Eastern
it's like-
Standard. So
So
1
it's like
o'clock your time.
2:30 or 1:30 for you?
1 o'clock for me. 4
Okay,
o'clock
so that-
for
Yeah, as long as that works for you, man. You know what I mean?
And then Canada time.
It's same as Eastern. Well, not all of Canada. Canada's quite big,
Yeah.
so we've got
Yeah.
all 3 time zones, maybe 4.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I love how sometimes I just am so stupid. I'm like, Canada time.
yeah, I know. Some people think Canada's just that little.
I know it's big, but why has it got different time zones? It's so crazy. We don't change time out here in Hawaii, so we just have to keep up with the world changing time.
Well, Ontario, where I'm from, in the Toronto area, should soon. We're just waiting on the New York Stock Exchange to give the green light, and we're probably going to get rid of that as well.
Okay, so
But-
do we got more music?
Yeah, of course I do. Let's. I've got on cue "Trapped Inside." What do we got for that?
Yes, that's the first
Hello,
song
Glib.
on my last album.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is you guys. You guys get the video kind of explains what's happening in the song, and it's not as dark of a concept, so that's good.
All right.
But
Let's
yeah.
hear it.
Just enjoy it. Enjoy this
Okay.
banger.
Let's do it.
I make up lies to fill the time. The lines inside my mind were done in black and white. They don't exist. Fake stories
Wow.
Damn. I love that song so much.
Yeah, I gotta say that's my favorite for
Oh,
sure.
good.
Love the guitar part on that.
Hitting Gravel and At the Gate are probably my two favorite songs.
Well, you'll like
Really?
the ending then.
Trapped
know.
inside and at the gate?
No, Hitting Gravel and At the
Oh, that's
Gate.
what I thought. I was like, hold on. I already know it's Hitting Gravel.
Good deal.
Yeah, I love that song so much. That guitar part is from my last guitarist. He's so good. He is so good.
Yeah.
And I love what he did on that album. And that song came out. I released that album in 2020.
Right on.
So I was like, this summer, me and Jen were like, it wasn't on purpose. I wrote that song way before quarantine. And Jen's like, let's make stickers for the CDs that I'm sending out to all of the radio stations that were closed, and nobody got my CD, so it was just like it didn't get to any of the radio stations. But she said, let's put a sticker and call it like this summer's hit, this summer's like quarantine hit or something.
Right on. How's
Or
Jen
this
doing,
summer's
man?
theme song or something like that.
How's Jen doing? For people that don't know who Jen is, tell them who your sidekick is.
Jen is my DJ and my mod. So she's like the on-stream mod. And so she'll come visually on the stream and we'll like play games and stuff. And not video games, we'll play like card games and stuff. Like, what is it called? Cards Against Humanity. And she
Yeah.
puts together the set list. And she's she's my sidekick, but also, did you guys ever see Die Hard 2? When he has this whole
Yeah.
trauma around, is it his assistant or his sidekick? But I wouldn't even say that. I call her the manager, the security detail,
Right.
the mangler, so sidekick feels like so small, you know. She's more than a sidekick. She's my best friend,
Oh yeah.
and yeah, she's just
Most
my
definitely.
confidant. But what she does on the
Wow.
stream is the thing she really brings to the stream, besides the humor, besides me not laughing by myself at my jokes, then she puts together the set lists that are
Right on.
chef's kiss. Because, and I love DJs, and I just want to say shout out. I saw someone named DJ. I don't know if they are a DJ, but
Yeah.
she's texting me right now. She must feel me speaking about her. She DJs
Well, tell her
in
Hippie
general.
says hi, man.
Okay. DJs in general they seek out music, unlike musicians might. Well, me as a musician, I don't really seek out new music because I'm too busy in love with all the music that I already know, and I'm too busy trying to write new music. But DJs, their whole thing is to like learn about new music, find all the new music, find all those little ditties, and plus know all the history of music. They are like a mental catalog of music, and they know when you find a DJ in the genre that you like or in multiple genres that you enjoy. It is such a blessing because they know all the songs and they will also turn you on to new songs. So I'm always like giving just DJs a shout out. I love DJs so much. They are they're not underrated, but I feel like they're not really celebrated as much for being like
Right.
encyclopedias of music, of pop
Yeah.
culture, you know?
Yeah.
Right on. Jen's a very knowledgeable individual. I'll give her that, man.
Okay, she says she is free unless she picks up a shift. Pick up a shift.
No
Don't
shift.
pick up a shift.
No shift.
What for the 6th? Is that what you're asking her?
Yes.
No shift. No shift.
I should FaceTime her and put her on the screen.
Yeah, you should.
I'm probably not speaking into the microphone.
Jen's an awesome character, Frank. If you never met her, you'd have to go back and check out some of Nikki's past shows, or check out on does she doesn't have a YouTube channel, does she? Jade.
Yeah, DJ Big Red. DJ. No, she doesn't. She's a connoisseur
Right
of
on.
music, but I have been for years hounding her on getting her studio together for Twitch so she can stream on Twitch. And
Yeah.
slowly we've gotten it together. We have one issue that we cannot resolve with the gear that she has. So
Yeah.
it's good.
Well, I know she did it. She tried a few shows before. I was catching those, but she wants to go live as her own persona, right? She just doesn't want to sit back and just play tunes. She wants to be up there.
Yeah, I mean, she will be playing songs. She will be mixing songs together.
Here's a question for
but
you.
be her show on her channel, not mine. What got me into playing Spectre basses? I was in love with Alice in Chains. You know what? That is another bass player that I was really influenced by is Mike Starr. Sadly.
Billy Sheehan or anything like that.
I mean, it's a little too flashy.
Yeah, right.
He's great, but I mean, I do an impersonation of Billy Sheehan.
All right. Oh,
It's just, he's so smiley. He's always like,
right. Yeah.
and I'm like, dude, what is so exciting right now? Like she's
Prozac.
in hell right
Ritalin
now.
or
so,
something.
can't do it.
Yeah.
She's in hell at the moment. Can't step away, so that's not gonna happen. But okay, so Spectres. Mike Starr from Alice in Chains played Spectres, and I love that. But I had not put those two together. So, what happened? I was searching online. I think I was searching online for like the best metal bass, and it popped up, but that still didn't do it. And I went to a store, and I was like, I'm gonna buy my own bass. I had been borrowing basses. I mean, this is where I was in my career. I was borrowing basses. I mean, I had basses, and then I had sold them, or I had left them somewhere. And, you know, it was like at one point I was borrowing a bass, and I was like, I need my own bass. So I went to a music store, and I tried every single bass they had, and I was like, this is so badass. And it was a Spectre. Thank God they had one, and I tried it, and it was like love at first ear. Yeah.
Right on.
And ever since
Bump,
then,
bump.
there's some issues with the Spectres though when you are recording. They run way too hot. The older
Yeah.
Euros, because those are the only ones I can afford. I mean, there's
Yeah.
American endless ones that sound great. They probably, but they run way too hot. So, but the newer ones, they have different electronics. They have dark glass electronics, and so they don't run as hot. So your
Yeah.
signal's not exploded on in your DAW.
Yeah.
So
Well, what's the difference between like a preamp and a passive bass? I guess one has, just one's battery operated, right? Like active pickups in a guitar or something like that.
yeah, and it has a preamp. It has a 12-volt preamp. It's like really powerful, and I'd have to go in there and turn the knob down. But I had two. One I could turn the knob, so I could control that one, but the other one I could not. And ended up selling it. But the guy was so happy that bought it, and now I'm kind of like, but yeah, I mean they're great. I would just recommend getting a new one because they have upgraded things. They have chambered it so it's a little bit lighter. The electronics are better. It doesn't blow out the circuit. The pickups, they're still
Full
using
scale, short scale.
just regular. I mean, if you do 35-inch scale, then you can get like a BEAD or a 5-string. But I just like regular old 4-string. I'm a really regular bass player. I just like 4-string. The math makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
and the way the separation of strings on the fretboard, there's plenty of room, and it just feels right. Like I just love 4 strings, and nothing special. I'm not like a crazy gearhead, and I just
Right.
I want the bass to sound good. I don't want to need a bunch of outboard gear, 50,000 pedals, because I can't keep up with it. And for somebody like me who's singing and playing bass and the band leader and the everyone, the record company, everything, by the time I get to a gig, I don't want to have to deal with 5 extra cables that when something's not working, I got to figure out which cable's broken and which one I did. I need to be able to think
Yeah.
on like feet. So I like things nice and simple. Nice and simple.
So are you
And
plug
I
and play, or do you have a board with reverb and delay and a little bit of crunch or something like that? Do you have any kind of pedals that are your mainstay to get your tone? I mean, do you have a Nicky tone, or you just plug and play
No,
into a
literally
bass
my
stack?
tone is the bass. Just plug the bass straight in. I used to use a compressor, but this bass just doesn't need anything. It's so badass.
Right
Like,
on.
plug that into an Ampeg, done. I
Right
don't use
on.
any pedals, nothing. If I have like a song with distortion, I'll do that, but I'll have like a distortion pedal. But I'm so in and out with distortion pedals because I haven't found like the right one. I don't even know if the
So
right
the dark
one.
glass stuff doesn't really do it for you.
Yeah, I like them. I mean, I love them. Actually, one of my favorite ones is like the X something. So I love that one, and I don't know. It's just sometimes I want a fuzzy fuzz, and sometimes I want a crunchy. But it's like distortion is sort of like it's like what you're. It's like it's like what are you in the mood to eat tonight? It's sort of like it's not. I can't commit to one distortion. Like this is going to be the tone that I bring to the gig. I'm just like no. I'm plugging straight into the amp. I don't want nothing going wrong. The most I might do is use a wireless setup, and that's enough. Where that's already 3 things that can go wrong, right?
So if the song or the music calls for a specific flavor, you're down for it, but otherwise you're just plug and play and boom, right on.
Yeah. I mean, think about
I
it.
know.
Geezer, he had one tone. He had one
I
tone,
know.
and I'm so used to that. It's just kind of ingrained in my head. Mike Starr, one tone, and I'm fine with that. Like as long as the tone is so good, I hear it every song. I'm happy about it. I don't need it to be different.
Right on.
All right, I don't mean to interrupt. We are way past because I always promise Vince we'd be there about 9:30. We do have one more song called "Hitting Gravel," and
Oh yes, that's my favorite.
yeah, I know, and he just mentioned it, so I thought, okay, he'll like this one. So
That's from this.
Awesome.
if you
And
guys
remember,
look at
everybody,
these
PayPal, BANDCAMP, you'll find all
Yeah.
of these. Yeah. What were you saying?
Yeah.
Sorry, Nikki.
Oh, no problem. If you guys are looking for the songs from this album, you just have to search for Frantic Ginger instead of. Sorry about that. I didn't really think that through.
All right.
Awesome. Let's hear it.
I know.
You guys ready? Get your tambourines out. Get your
love this one.
tambourines. We have so much to talk about.
When you said you didn't love me anymore, there was nothing I could do but crawl across the floor. No matter where I travel, my face keeps hitting gravel over you. When you said that you were leaving out the door, my face was full of tears. You ripped my heart out like before. You brought back pain from years, and all these bloody fears can't work 'em out. No matter where I travel,
confetti party.
Oh, good.
And that's Jen in the background. Hey, confetti party.
That's beautiful. Well, Jen, now you got me saying,
Yes, well, Jen's in. By the way, Jen's in. We're doing the stream July 6th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Nobody needs to know about Hawaii Standard Time.
okay, that's fantastic. I'd like to do a little promo reel, so whatever you can send me, or if you're okay with me doing a bunch of cutting a bunch of the clips that you sent me already.
Yeah, you got my numbers, right?
Yeah. So I'll put together a little promo
Yeah, that
reel,
sounds great.
and yeah, thank you everybody out in the chat for participating and all your comments and supporting Nikki. Yeah. First off with you, Jeff, Metalhead Hippie, I appreciate, like I said at the beginning of the show, everything you do, not just for myself. Obviously, you've known Nikki a lot longer, and I can see the gratitude she has to everything that you've done for her and for so many in this community. All your time, your effort, and working through your sicknesses and the struggles you have at home with the weather conditions and all that. I really appreciate, honestly, everything you do, and I'm so glad I got to meet you. And Nikki, it's incredible. I was so excited in that chat when Hippie said, "What about Nikki?" I was like, "Yeah, man, hell's yeah!" I think I replied, and then so this has been this chat was pumping. It's been an honor. It's a privilege having you on, and I look forward to catching up to all your music. But I did manage to listen to quite a few in the last week, so it's pretty cool.
Good.
And I love them all.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah.
And thank you, Chad. I hope I didn't miss any messages because I think I was on top chat instead of all messages. So
Yeah.
which is a quandary. So I hope I didn't miss anyone's questions or anything. But you can always message me. Just like I said, I'm everywhere.
Yeah,
Or just
July
leave
6th,
a
folks.
message.
Put that in your calendar, July 6th, man. Nikki's going to go live and thump us pretty hard with her bass, man. Right on.
All
Nikki,
right.
you rock, man.
Thanks again,
Frank.
Nikki.
Guys, I love you
Thank you,
guys.
bro.
I love you guys.
All right.
We love you, too, man.
Bye.
Have a great
Hi,
night.
Jen. Hi, Jen.
Hello.
Oh,
Thanks, everybody. And I appreciate all my mods and all the work you guys did tonight. I really appreciate you. Thank you very much for posting these links. And we'll see you all, Saturday, July 6th, 7 p.m. We'll keep you posted with the exacts. And let's go. Let's rock. We'll do the closing part of the show with Liza Day's song.
can I say
titled-
something quick?
Yeah, of course.
Love, peace, hippie grease. Be cool, be kind. Treat each other with kindness and respect. And the most important word of the day is don't be a fucking dick. Right
Hey.
on.
Added a little bit of flavor to that. I love
Right
it.
on.
On my show, first time. Love it. Thank you.
Good
Metalhead
job, Frank.
Hippie.
Leo.
Love it.
Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Frank. Rock on, rock on, rock on. Let's do this, man. Peace, folks. Thank you.
We are, we are, we are, we are. 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 Sister, brother, father, mother, we are one and the same. We are friends, chosen hearts, shared a force of nature.
can't get in the way sometimes. But no matter whatever, ever hold the card, we'll weather it together wherever we are in the world. Our home is where the heart is. No matter how far apart we may find ourselves to be. No, it don't matter, baby. We are the same. Forever we